What is this brief mortal life, if not the pursuit of legacy?
I, Rickon Stark,
I, Corlys Velaryon.
I, Ormond Baratheon,
promise to be faithful to King Viserys.
From the moment whispers began spreading through the Seven Kingdoms about the shifting tides within the Targaryen dynasty, the world felt as if it were slowly inching toward a storm long overdue. Every rumor, every torchlit meeting behind stone walls, every quiet exchange between those who swore loyalty to different factions added fuel to the fire that had been smoldering for generations. Now, as more clues come to light, the entire realm feels suspended on the edge of decisions that will change the course of history. The latest developments paint a picture of a house that refuses to crumble, even as internal fractures grow deep enough to shake the foundations of their once unshakable dragon-forged legacy. And with each new revelation, the sense that destiny is closing in becomes impossible to ignore. The growing tensions within the Targaryen family are no longer whispered, they have begun to echo in the halls of power, with an intensity that suggests something monumental is approaching. Flames, once symbols of strength, now flicker with warning. Every council meeting grows heavier, every alliance becomes more uncertain, and the dragons themselves seem to sense the unease that radiates from the people who command them. Some of the latest developments point toward secret strategies developing behind closed doors, strategies that aren't just about winning battles, but about redefining what victory even means in a world where loyalty has become one of the rarest currencies. Old rivalries that once simmered quietly are now erupting with renewed force, fueled not only by ambition, but also by fear that the coming days will demand choices that no one is fully prepared to make. What makes these updates so intense is how quickly the political landscape is shifting. New alliances are forming in places no one expected, driven by mutual survival rather than trust. Even rival houses, once confident in the shadows of their own ambitions, now find themselves caught between taking sides or being swallowed by the chaos. Reports from within the Red Keep paint a portrait of a court unraveling by the hour. Some lords believe that the realm is on the verge of a new dawn, while others are certain it is moments away from collapsing into darkness. The uncertainty intensifies the drama as characters who once moved predictably are now making decisions that create shockwaves across the realm. Within Dragonstone, however, the atmosphere feels different, heavier, older, more intertwined with the mythic roots of the Targaryen bloodline. This latest stage of conflict has awakened a deeper flame within those who still believe in destiny rather than politics. The dragons stationed there have grown restless, as if sensing that their role in the unfolding saga is about to become more crucial than ever. Each wingbeat, each roar echoing across the island feels like an omen. The updates from this ancient stronghold suggest a coming moment when Dragonfire will illuminate truths that have been hidden for far too long. The newest developments also dive deeper into the personal struggles of key figures who find themselves trapped between duty and desire. One of the most striking aspects of this phase of the story is how emotionally raw the characters have become. No longer able to hide behind titles or expectations, they are now forced to confront the consequences of choices made in pride, fear, or desperation. Some are haunted by regrets that return like ghosts in the night. Others are driven by a hunger for power so fierce that it burns away restraint. These emotional shifts have begun to reshape their relationships, forging strange new connections while tearing apart bonds once believed unbreakable. These character-driven updates add a devastating layer of depth to the chaos surrounding them. One of the most intriguing layers of recent events revolves around the dragons themselves. Each new detail surrounding them suggests that their behavior is becoming increasingly unpredictable, as though something ancient within their lineage is stirring. Their connection to their riders feels more volatile, their instincts sharper, and their presence more commanding. Some updates describe unexplained gatherings of dragons in the high clouds over the narrow sea, moving in formations that haven't been witnessed in generations. Others mention unhatched eggs beginning to pulse with warmth, as though new life senses the burning conflict that awaits it. These developments hint that the future of the Targaryen house may depend as much on the dragon's will as on the choices of the people who claim to speak for them. Beyond the walls of great strongholds, the common people of the realm have also begun to feel the effects of the approaching storm. Villages along key trade routes have reported mysterious figures traveling at dawn with messages sealed in black wax, while harbor towns whisper of ships slipping through fog-covered waters, carrying supplies that no one admits to owning. The air of secrecy can be felt even among peasants who have no interest in noble matters, but cannot escape the ripple of fear and anticipation that sweeps through the land. These updates add a broader, more expansive sense of scale to the unfolding story, showing that the conflict is no longer confined to thrones and crowns. It is creeping into every corner of the realm. The atmosphere in King's Landing grows darker with each passing day. The once lively capital has transformed into a maze of quiet paranoia. The court has become a battleground of glances and murmurs, with every gesture carrying a double meaning. Some insiders describe new factions forming in the shadows, pulling strings that stretch across the kingdom. Even small gestures, like a cup set on a table or a messenger entering a room, now feel significant. These tense updates suggest that the real war might begin not on the battlefield, but within these stone walls, where ambition and fear collide most violently. Meanwhile, the emotional weight upon the younger characters has grown heavier than ever. Their coming-of-age journeys now intersect with war, betrayal, and the painful realization that innocence cannot survive in a house built on fire, and prophecy. Some of the most gripping updates focus on how these younger heirs struggle to navigate a world where every choice defines not only their future, but the fate of their bloodline. The contrast between youthful hope and the brutal realities around them deepens the drama in ways that feel painfully human and tragically inevitable. Their evolving arcs hint at the possibility that the future of the dynasty may not rest with the battle-hardened leaders of today, but with those who are quietly learning to survive in the shadows cast by their parents' decisions. Across the sea, distant observers have also begun moving pieces on their own chessboards. Some foreign envoys have increased their presence in hidden ports, while distant kingdoms debate whether the coming conflict will weaken the realm enough to open new opportunities for expansion. These updates reveal that the Targaryen struggle is drawing attention from across the world, suggesting that the ripple effect of their internal battles may ignite consequences far beyond their borders. This global tension adds yet another layer of complexity to the narrative, reminding viewers that the story has outgrown the confines of Westeros and may soon explode into something far larger. Another major development focuses on the subtle but growing divide among the dragon keepers and scholars who have dedicated their lives to studying the deep magic surrounding the Targaryen bloodline. Some have begun questioning ancient traditions, while others cling to them with renewed fervor. Rumors suggest that forgotten manuscripts have resurfaced, holding prophecies that contradict the stories told for generations. These updates add an element of mythical mystery, hinting that the conflict may be tied not only to politics and power, but also to secrets buried in the oldest layers of Targaryen history. The emotional stakes continue to rise as former allies begin to drift apart, not because of betrayal, but because of the crushing weight of circumstances. Characters who once stood side by side are now driven by conflicting visions of the future, each believing they are doing what is necessary to protect their loved ones. These nuanced shifts create some of the most heartbreaking updates, showcasing the tragedy of a family tearing itself apart not out of hatred alone, but out of fear, love, loyalty, and desperation. It is these emotional fractures that threaten to ignite the full fury of the dragons. Every update points toward the same truth: a collision is coming. Decisions are being made in silence. Alliances are strengthening or collapsing, and every character seems haunted by the knowledge that the time for hesitation is gone. The realm is holding its breath, waiting for the first spark that will turn tension into fire. The latest developments make it clear that nothing can stop what's coming, not diplomacy, not loyalty, not even love. The winds have shifted, and the sky has begun to darken with the wings of dragons, preparing for the storm that destiny has demanded. In the end, these updates paint a portrait of a world where every heartbeat feels like a countdown. The Targaryen legacy, once a symbol of unshakable dominance, now stands on the edge of a blade sharper than dragon steel. Yet within the chaos, there remains a sense of awe, of myth, of destiny, unfolding with unstoppable momentum. As new revelations surface, as alliances twist into shapes no one foresaw, and as dragons stir with ancient purpose, the story of this house moves closer to the moment that will redefine it forever. The fire has been awakened, and the realm will soon witness the full measure of what it means to be forged by flame and bound by blood.